Seriously, if you knew it, as you say you did, at that moment in time, why did you do it?
Put it to your face and don't say anything.
Oh, Dario, don't be silly.
Perfect.
Apple juice in a wine glass. Hey everyone, it's Naomi Sesay here, doing something different. Now, I've got a question for you. Hands up those who know themselves really, really well. Go on, put your hands up. No? Yes? Well, okay, let's imagine this. You're at home and you're watching something like, I don't know, Dead Enders, EastEnders to some of you. And you're sitting there and you're watching it and you've got your favorite cup of something or your favorite glass of something, and you've got your pajamas on and you're really settling in and you're feeling really, really, really cozy and it's really wintry. And you hear the wind just kind of like going around and you feel nice and safe. And then all of a sudden, the phone rings and you pick it up. And it's your best friend. And your best friend's telling you, you know what, you need to get out there. You need to get out there and get to this event because it's going to be the bomb. It's going to be brilliant. There's going to be this person there, that person there, and it's going to give you a lot of opportunities and you can't miss it. You've got to come. And you say, no, I'm really comfortable. I don't want to go. But this is your best friend and your best friend is really convincing you, saying that if you don't go, it's a last chance that they're going to have this event and you're going to miss out. Come on, you got to do it. Just come for me. Just do it for me. Come on. And you go, oh, all right then. You really don't want to go, but that's your best friend. And the event may be good. You may actually get the connection that you need to get that job that you've always wanted. So you get up and you reluctantly get dressed. You reluctantly slap on your makeup or put on your aftershave or whatever it is. We've all done that, right? And then we get to the door and all of a sudden you feel this strange feeling, this gut feeling that something's going to go wrong. Who's had that gut feeling? Hands up high. Yes, I know we all have. We've all had that gut feeling. But you ignore it anyway. So you go out and you say, okay, I'm going to go to this event, and you're having a good time, and then bang, lo and behold, something does actually happen. And you say to yourself, I knew it. I just absolutely knew it. I knew I should have stayed at home. I knew this was going to happen. Who's done that? Yeah. Nearly all of us has had that experience where we say, damn, I knew it. So here is the question. If you knew it, why did you do it? No, I mean really, seriously. If you knew it, as you say you did, at that moment in time, why did you do it? Now you can say to me, well, because I thought it was going to be fun, that was my best friend. You had FOMO, fear of missing out. You had all sorts of things running through your head which allowed you to do it. Your brain overthought your feelings and you went anyway. So what the hell? Yeah, all of those were probably right. But let me suggest one other thing. The reason why you actually went was because your friend was more certain than you that you were going to go out with them. Then you were more certain of yourself of staying at home. Because if you were more certain than them that you were going to stay at home, you would have stayed at home. You wouldn't have gone out. You would have just said flat out no. But they were more certain. And the one who's most certain wins. Every time. In any situation. if you're in an interview, if you're arguing with your spouse, with your siblings, with your employer, with anybody in fact, if you're doing a contract, if you're creating plans for your life, if you're deciding on whether you should get that or this, the moment you are the most certain of something, you win. And if you're not, the other person wins. Think about that for a second. Think about that if you're in an interview situation and you walk into that interview like you're the boss and you had that feeling that was exuding from you where your interviewer looks at you and says, whoa, doesn't even know why they consciously think it, but they feel it. They feel that there is somebody who's just walked into the room at that moment that could be a real possible candidate for the job vacancy that they have. Because you walked in with certainty. And the one who's most certain certainly wins. Now, this is true for lifestyle, and we never seem to think about it. And it's very true for women. If you want to create a different lifestyle, if you want to create, I don't know, passive income, if you want to have that lifestyle that you see in the magazines and on the television and you see all the influencers having, if you're more certain than anybody around you, you're more certain than the environment around you, you're more certain than the people who are telling you you can't do that, you win. But we are riddled with doubts all the time. We are people watchers. We watch other people and wish we could. But because we are riddled with doubts of our own abilities, we're not that certain. We're not that certain that we can actually have that lifestyle. And that's something that we talked about last week, about the default conditioning that you had, that you probably aren't as good as you think you are, but you are. And all you need to do is have that certainty. Just think about it another way. When we see these migrant women coming over to a country and having to cross a body of water with 5 children, it's because there's uncertainty in the country that they're in. They're not crossing that water and risking their lives and risking their children's lives just because they feel that they want to get over to a Western world. Hell no. They're risking their lives because they are living in an uncertain place. That uncertain place is so uncertain that they know they could lose their lives like this. So it's human nature to move from uncertainty to have the desire to move to certainty, to a place where it's got a lot more steady foundation. These women will risk their lives and the lives of their children to get to certainty. With all the power and all the risk and all of that intent, a lot of them actually make it. The power lies in the intent of certainty, because they wouldn't move otherwise. And that power is so powerful in these migrant women that we forget that you have this power in your pampered lives in the Western world. You're sitting in it. But we allow ourselves to get riddled by anxiousness. We allow ourselves to get riddled by people who tell us that you're not good enough, you're not worthy, you don't have any value, you don't have any type of skill set to actually move forward in your life and to create a different lifestyle for yourself. We allow ourselves, with our self-talk, to be uncertain. And we wonder, why don't we get the things that we want in life? Why are we always subjugated to somebody else's wills and whims? Why aren't we certain enough to actually get the things that we really want to do in our lives? And that's because of our belief system and our conditioning and the thought that you don't have the power when you actually do. So when you think about these migrants coming over, they're powerful. In adversity, they are extremely powerful because they had the guts to actually move hell or water to save their children and their families and themselves by moving into a place that they don't even know because it's safer than the place that they do know. By moving into a place that they don't even realize where they could be or where they would sleep. They have a trust in humanity on the other side to save them from what's happening on the inside. And quite a lot of the time, they come up against other barriers. And those barriers kill off their certainty. That's what we do to each other as human beings. It's horrible. But I digress. That's another topic for something else. But what I wanted to say to you was, do you really know yourself? Do you really know yourself that well that you can actually say, I am so certain that I'm going to watch Dead Enders tonight. I don't care what anyone says because I like it. Because I think it's great production. Because it's been on for over 30 years. Because it's home to me. Because it's where my power lies in saying no. Remember, the one who's most certain wins.